guys, June month recap time. I don't know how you're feeling about this wild hair, no makeup Claire that I've got going on right now, but it's the vibe. It's been a month, you know. My tarot card of the month was the Six of Swords, which is like reeling and recovery, hope at last, and travel. So yeah, that all checks out. I went to the Oddities and Curiosities expo, and that was really fun. I had bought like an individual tarot card, and it was the Eight of Swords. Look at that gorgeous... Ah, I love it. And listen to this description because it is so accurate to kind of what my month has had. So even though my tarot of the month was the Six of Swords, which was quite accurate, this was like my individual tarot card, mystery tarot card, and I just thought it was really cool. So the Eight of Swords, this is your moment to be tested and tried. Be willing to make the rigorous effort that is being called for now. Perform wholeheartedly with good faith and hopefulness. As such, you'll forestall bickering and criticism, prevail against negative forces, and overcome the demons of doubt and resistance. Get excited about your challenges. Be confident that you have what it takes to improve the situation. If you do your internal homework, the external situation will open up for you. Let go of old stories and choose to heal. So I thought that was very inspiring and very accurate. So that was just really cool that that happened to be my mystery tarot card that I had bought. And then while I was there, I also bought like a taxidermied spider, and I got like a little mystery pack of crystals because I love that sort of stuff too. I would have loved to spend so much more money. There's so many cool things, but I was trying to budget a little bit. I'm just always kind of a sucker for like the mystery packs because I'm like, oh, the universe is speaking to me. The universe will give me what I need. And I think it did. And I really just had a fun time going and looking at the vendors and stuff too. And I had actually learned about something really cool called pet aftercare. I don't know if you can make your own kind of guesses about what that is, but it's pretty much instead of doing like regular cremation or burial options, you can get your pets like taxidermied and have memorial stuff made for them that way. And I know that's definitely not for everyone, but I didn't even know that was really an option. So it's cool to know about that now. I don't know if I'll ever really do it, but it's interesting to consider. I've had this little zebra jumping spider living in my window in my room, and I've talked about this so many times before. I'm really trying to like repair my relationship with insects and stuff, which sounds a little bit silly, but I think, you know, we're all God's creatures. I want to love them. I don't want to kill insects. So I've been letting this little jumping spider live in my window, and it's just really cute to watch. And I also, another insect thing, it's kind of weird, I don't know, but I just like all the little critters. I had seen a female common swift moth outside. I did my research, and it was struggling. It was out during the day, and it was like flying in circles, and it was smashing into the pavement and hurting itself, and I felt so terrible for it. So I sat outside with it for like an hour just monitoring it and seeing if I could help it at all outside, because, you know, I felt bad for it. And then after I did a bunch of research, and I obviously quickly formed a bond with this little moth, I had learned that they have very short lives anyway, so I decided to bring it inside and keep it in a little enclosure and just take care of it, keeping it safe pretty much for its, you know, very short lifespan, because it was obviously suffering, and I didn't know if it had some sort of like pesticide poisoning or something. So I didn't want like a bird to eat it if it would cause extra problems in the environment. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this little deranged, damaged moth and keep it safe and loved for its last couple days, because I formed a connection with it for whatever reason. So yeah, that ended up happening. That was a couple days out of my month. As silly as it is, I guess. I don't know. It felt special to me. I did even try to like release it back outside at nighttime and everything, but it was still having a whole bunch of problems. So, you know, I just kept it safe and loved. What more can you really do. Apparently they don't even have mouths. Like, I couldn't even feed it or anything. I gave it stuff, but I don't know, whatever. I did my best. And then for my actual pets, not just little insects, so my guinea pig, Dirk, he had to go to the vet because he's had like kind of goopy eye problems. And I had to spend like $300 to get him eye drops, which is a little crazy because he has to go to the exotic vet because he's a little pocket pet is what they call them. He's worth it. He's my little guy, but just crazy how fast that bill can kind of add up with them. But he's doing okay. And then my cat, my girl cat Sophie, she does not take care of herself. It doesn't matter how much I brush her, she like fights me. She hates it. But she's been getting a little bit better. But I have to take her to the vet to get her butt shaved because she stinks and she doesn't take care of herself and it's embarrassing. But the vet was able to help me out with that whole situation and things are much better now, thankfully. And I've also been taking better care of myself. This month did start out a little bit rough, but getting the hang of things, you know? Okay, don't think that I'm like too crazy. Like, I know I kinda am a little bit, but I was tweezing my leg hair out. Like, I was like going crazy, like tweezing all of my leg hairs out, kind of as a form of like harm reduction, because it's under the sort of umbrella of body-focused repetitive behaviors. So because I like stopped self-harming, stopped masturbating, stopped smoking weed, I needed something to replace all of those behaviors, so I just started tweezing all my leg hairs out. But thankfully I've started stopping that behavior as well, but it felt like the lesser of the evils, so I was like, I'll just do it, whatever. But we're working through it, you know. I have been doing better, a lot better since quitting everything, in my opinion. I've been playing like chess and like a ton of like puzzle games on my phone, which is kind of silly, but it feels a lot healthier than like doom scrolling TikTok. Like, I've been trying to really cut back on my like social media times just because it's really not beneficial to see a lot of that stuff, for me at least. So puzzle games it is. And like Duolingo and stuff. I'm trying to like be productive and like brain activating stuff, sort of, you know what I mean? And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I like doing like sourdough baking, so I've still been doing that. I made some fresh baguettes and I had it with like brie and honey and berries, and oh, it was so delicious. It was so nice. I really gotta do that stuff more often. I really enjoy like just being in the kitchen and baking and cooking and doing all that sort of stuff. It's hard now that I'm back at home, so I don't have like my own kitchen, but no excuses. Father's Day was this month and we actually got my dad a blueberry bush because he's been super into like gardening and stuff lately, so that's really nice too. I went for a run one time out of the whole month. Wow, impressive. It's better than nothing, you know? It's something that I'm working towards doing more often, and same with like exercise and yoga. I'm really trying to just do that stuff more often because it's good habits that I want to enforce. It's just really hard to stick to good habits, you know? The bad ones are so much easier, but we're working on it. I have been practicing my faith every day, and I'm really glad that I've stuck to that. It helps me so much. Kind of here and there with how much I'm doing, but usually it's a good at least 10 minutes a day, and I like sticking to that and having it as part of my routine. Some days more than others, for sure, but it's great. It really helps me a lot. And I've been going to therapy pretty much weekly, and that has been really, really helping me as well. My therapist is super great. It's definitely an investment. It's pretty expensive to have to go and do that stuff, especially on a weekly basis, but it's an investment in myself. I think it's very important. It was very needed. And I'm really, really making the most of it. I did tell you guys last month that I was going to talk to my doctor about mental health medication. So I did do that. I had to fill out this whole mental health questionnaire, and they were like go to the emergency room, and I'm like, that's silly. Like, why do you think I'm making a mental health appointment? Not just for fun and games, that's for sure. I'm not going to the emergency room. So it was all fine. And then I ended up getting prescribed Lexapro, Cipralex, whatever you want to call it. It's like for depression and anxiety. So it takes a while for it to like really start to work. I've kind of just been dealing with like the negative side effects right now. Like I had like a little bit of nausea at first, and I've been like really, really tired, but hopefully the good side effects will be kicking in soon. Because I've been sticking with it. I've been really consistent with taking it every day, and I'm just really, really hoping it'll actually help me. Looking forward to feeling better, you know? I was having a lot of like stress nightmares, so hopefully that'll kind of subside too. I did get some new books this month. I read this book, Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It, and it was pretty good. Pretty much all you need to read is the title. There was a lot of like really great information in the book, and I highlight pages and stuff. But a lot of it was really just rehashing that title over and over and over again, and it's true, you know? Now that I've shifted my focus from self-harm to self-love, I feel like things are really starting to get better for me. So reading this book was a really nice kind of jumping off point for me, and helped me solidify that I was going in the right direction, I guess, and gave me some tips on how to keep going in that right direction. And then I also got this book, The Needs of the Dying. A little bit different vibes, I guess, but I finished reading that one, and I've been reading this one because it has to do with like my schooling type of stuff, and you know, I like learning and doing all that. I've been going really slowly through it, but slowly but surely. I don't want to push myself too much with too heavy of stuff. I have to weigh my priorities a little bit, and I've been focusing more on the self-love stuff than the death stuff, but all in moderation, really. I did have another opportunity as like a grief group facilitator, and that was really great. I got to be much more active in the group and in like the leadership role, and I'm just like so thankful for that opportunity to be able to support people and to be able to show up with my own grief in such a safe space, really. I'm really looking forwards to wherever else those grief opportunities take me, really. It's really nice. Even though it's just like a volunteer thing, I'm very honored to be part of it. Both of my grandfathers are kind of approaching their end of life stages right now, on my mom's side and on my dad's side. So that's pretty heavy. That's why I'm really trying to take it slow with the death stuff, is because it's just a lot, you know? So that's pretty sad, but I'm trying to, you know, show my support and everything where I can. And because it's like my domain of work, I feel like I want to use it all as like a learning experience, I guess. You know, I'm trying to stay in touch with my own grief, obviously, and my family's grief and everything, but death is an experience, you know? That's probably the best way to put that. So I just want to show up as best as I can during these times. So I did get to visit my dad's side, who we don't typically see as often, and that was really nice. And my little cousin thought I was pretty cool, actually, so not to flex on you guys. No, but you know what I mean? Like when like a little kid, like I think she's like 4 or 5 years old, when they think you're cool, it's like, that's such a compliment. We had like went out to dinner, and she wanted to like come in our car with us, and she wanted to hold my hand. It was just adorable. I did have some really cool character performing gigs this month as well. I got to be Elsa with Spider-Man. Fun combo. And that was for like a kindergarten graduation or something or other, and it was just really cute to just be out in the field playing and singing and whatever in character. I also got to go to a festival, and I got to play 2 characters that day. I got to be Princess Anna for the first half of the day, and it was a little rainy, but it was still really fun. And then for the second half of the day, I got to be Black Widow, which I was a little intimidated by, but I really enjoyed being her as well. And that was like after people had started getting a couple drinks in them, so some of the adults were acting a little rowdy, but it was all fun. And then I had a gig as Rapunzel, and she's easily my new favorite to play. She's probably my favorite Disney princess, and that was for a celebration with 2 birthday girls, so it was really cool to just get to show up as Rapunzel and do all that. I really love that character performing job. It's just a really magical sort of thing to get to be a part of. It was my brother's birthday this month as well, and he didn't really want to do any crazy celebrations or anything, but we did cake and burgers, pretty classic stuff. I helped my friend with like a catering gig for like a barbecue. It was massive and it was pretty chaotic, but it was pretty fun as well. And it was interesting because someone who worked at the company that we were like doing the catering gig for actually recognized me from one of the other times we had catered for them. So that was interesting. I don't know if I have a memorable face or something, but I was flattered, and I actually really enjoy doing that job. You know, they just kind of boss me around and I'm like, yep, I can follow instructions. I was on like the bun station for doing the burgers for the barbecue. Pretty easy, but chaotic, but fun. I like doing that sort of random gig stuff. So even though I already have 3 jobs, I do need to find a 4th, just because I really want to move out and I really want my own apartment. But 3 like casual jobs doesn't really look all that great. I kind of need like a more consistent paycheck, so people will want to trust me to rent out their place. I'm like, I wish I could just show my bank account and they would just accept it, but they want to see like regular pay stubs. So that's a little frustrating that I'm gonna need a 4th job, but I'll do what I gotta do. I did update my website this month, and I've been uploading more regularly on Fansly again. Just casually every now and then, but I did take a break for a while, so I am back for the most part. So I was kind of excited about that. I have a bunch of stuff that I've just been sitting on that I want to post and want to share with you guys, so hopefully you've been enjoying that. Pornhub has been a massive pain in my butt lately. They like don't want to pay me. Like, I don't know what's going on with it. It's getting really frustrating, but I think I have a plan moving forwards with them, so we'll see how that all plays out. I'll keep you guys updated, of course. I hope you guys have liked the videos that I've posted on here this month. I had some fun with them. And you know, aside from all the self-help and like working and stuff, I did have some fun this month. I went out and got drunk with some friends, and I ended up smashing my phone screen a little bit. It's not too bad, so I'm not at the point where I'm like desperate to replace my phone, but new phone will probably be coming soon. I don't know. I hate switching phones and having to adjust to like new things. I don't know. I'm just stubborn, I guess. But it was fun going out with my friends, is my point. The phone it doesn't matter. I also ended up going to the strip club for the first time. I'd seen like strippers and stuff in Vegas, but it's kind of a different experience. But this was pretty fun too. Then some like crazy stuff ended up happening, but I don't need to tell you guys all that. Because the crazy stuff really had nothing to do with me. I was just like an offset to the crazy stuff. Don't worry about it. I also went to the beach with my friend, and I didn't wear sunscreen. I don't know if you guys have been looking at my tan lines here. I've been like super burnt and like peeling, and it's not the cutest thing. Definitely learned my lesson to start wearing sunscreen, but it was a really fun day. We had went to the beach and then we went out to dinner after, so that was just really nice. A solid day overall. And I went to a concert, K-pop, which isn't typically my vibe, but my cousin invited me, and I'm always saying yes to experiences just because I knew it was gonna be fun. It was Stray Kids, and it was at a new concert venue So it was overall just a really cool, really crazy experience. The lines to get in were insane, and the weather super, super hot, super sunny. But it was just a really good, really cool experience. And I got to see Beetlejuice the musical, which is really cool. I love the original like Beetlejuice movie, and the musical passed my expectations for sure. I was laughing so hard. And I've officially started practicing driving. I feel so excited about it, and I feel so much more confident now. So hopefully I'll be driving for real in no time. I feel a little embarrassed about it, I guess, because I'm like 24 and I should have been doing all this stuff quite a while ago. But I really had to build up my confidence and start believing in myself a little bit more and have the right supports and everything to get to this position now. So I'm really glad that things are starting to work out for me a little bit. So overall, I'm ending the month feeling pretty okay. I am actually sort of sick at the moment. I thought that it might be strep throat, but I don't really know. I'm just hoping that I'm back to full health soon, and I'm hoping next month will be a pretty good month. I definitely plan on keeping up all of my like healthy changes and habits that I've been really trying to enforce with myself, and I'm really, really working hard towards progress and happiness, and I'm hoping I can keep that up pretty much forever. You know, I'd be lying if I said it's been an easy switch. It has been a lot of work, but it has absolutely been worth it, and I think the more I practice at it, the more naturally it'll start coming to me, and you know, I'm just really excited for life to start falling into place for me a little bit with all my hard work that I've been putting in and will continue to be putting in. So thank you guys for your support as always, and we'll talk to you next month, I guess. Bye.